I don't know if there's any, like, passive power draw if you're not doing anything. But there is passive noise generated.
Engine powering down.
So powering down the engine turns off all the sound. Let's turn on silent running really quick.
Rig for silent running.
And that just activates red lighting. Man, okay, this is pretty cool. I'm digging this a lot. So anyway, that decoy thing, by the way, we can obviously load in here. The big thing that they did, to my understanding, is you used to be kind of invincible in the submarine. And I don't know if that was ever necessarily their goal. They didn't want this to be the, you know... It's supposed to be a mobile base, is its main objective. It provides you with, you know, much bigger storage capacity for storing items, like much bigger. It provides you with a dock for small submersibles. There's lots of useful things associated with it, but the problem is that nothing really would attack it. It was invincible to pretty much everything, but I think like running into things. So they changed it now where the submarine makes noise.
Engine powering up.
And to be perfectly honest, I think that I like that better. Okay. So yeah, now we can kind of see what's going on. This is kind of the mid-section of the ship. That's front. It's also got, if I'm not mistaken, it's got like proximity warnings. Yeah. Where it'll tell you if you're getting close and what is getting close to hitting things. Will this take damage if I just ram into the rocks? If it did, it didn't take much. No, I think it's fine. Although I think it's currently not level. Let's just out of curiosity take a look and see if leaving the engine running as it is will draw like phantom power. Oh, I can upgrade. Oh, I can access the upgrade modules. I think that's the only purpose of this thing. It also tells me the health. There's fish bumping into my submarine. So the submarine also has a pretty neat, I can't really charge that too well. The submarine has a pretty neat system as well, where if it takes too much damage, I believe it will start sinking. And there's physics involved in everything, like based upon where the water starts to settle, it'll kind of like Titanic and go like vertical almost, I believe. There we go. So it's quite neat, this submarine. And we can turn it into the better part of a base. There used to be an exploit, which I'm sure they patched, where you could put a power cell charger inside, charge power cells with it, and you get back more power than you would lose charging them, making infinite power inside the submarine. I'm sure they patched that. But on that note, everything inside the submarine gets powered by the batteries. So any fabricator usage, any battery charging, all gets powered by these power cells. So it's kind of something important to keep in mind. I don't think it actually takes any power while the engine's idling like this. Or if it does, it's a pretty low amount. My big worry would be if I'd left it idling and then went and did something for an hour and came back and the engine would be dead. You know, the batteries would be dead. I'd be stuck 1,000 meters underwater in a cave somewhere, and I'd pretty much never get out of there alive. That would be my concern. Alright. Oh yeah, and also anything that you dock inside any small submarines will recharge but take power from the larger submarine, so having that thermal upgrade module I think would be kind of a useful one as we went along whenever I can get it.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So we can take that power cell, throw it in there. That'll draw base power and recharge this power cell. So it might be useful to get another extra 2 of those and I can swap them out and leave them on the charger at home. Well, I'd hate to make this thing like I just did and then all of a sudden leave you guys. So what we're going to do is we are going to do a nice quick trip to that life pod down there. See what's down there, see how dangerous it is. We may enter silent running mode just to be able to get down there a bit better. Definitely take some water with us. And we might actually, another thing I want to do is plant a lantern tree. There used to be a bug for that, but I'm almost sure they patched it. And, need 4. That way we'll have some food and water on our trip eventually. Probably not yet, but it'll grow. There we go. So we'll take some of that with us. Take some water with us. And we'll probably, honestly, we'll probably want to kit it out like a fabricator and stuff. Because fabricator is kind of a base useful item. What do I need a table coral sample for that? It's okay, I'll make a trip over, grab some table coral sample. I need another titanium. Need a gold. That's not gold. That is gold. We'll make a fabricator. Basic battery charger is useful, but I'll probably need some more for that. Wiring kit, copper wire, titanium. I might actually have enough for that. Titanium. There's your copper wire. And I saw some silver somewhere, right? Like I had a lot more than I thought I did. Silver. We're also going to take along with this a purple tablet and an ion cube. Hey, wait! I saw one. There we go. Cool. It's charging pretty quick, actually. I'm going to take these batteries. Or we would leave one. And regrow that later. Oh yeah, so another interesting little exploit back when, like I've been saying, the submarine didn't have the ability to recharge and all the batteries were expendable. People were saying, oh, why can't we put a nuclear power plant in it? Which is totally a viable thing, like, that you should be able to do, and I don't know why that they wanted that, or why they, you know, decided against that. But they didn't. One thing you could kind of get away with, sort of, was putting a solar panel on top. You weren't supposed to, but you could. Oh, right. Yeah, back before they made nuclear power plants sit inside the middle of a multi-purpose room, they were an outside module, and you could sit them on top of here. But now you can't do that anymore. And I'm pretty sure they made it so you can't do this either. This was not a good idea, by the way. Because it made the submarine very glitchy. I have a distinct remembrance at some point of my submarine glitching out and, like, spazzing out to death. But it was in shallow water, so it couldn't take damage, I think. Yeah, there was something... There's something weird about that. Anyway. Let us set this up. So we want to make an interior grow bed. I used to put it right in front of this because there wasn't anything useful. That decoy thing didn't exist, but I could set it, she could set it right there. Although I could just set up a basic plant pot there. It's an option. Probably don't honestly even need too much in here. Now let's just set up a plant pot. Maybe 2. Set up 2 plant pots. We can't get quite as much in here. But I think it'll be enough. Okay. I wanted to make my fabricator, which I usually stick on one of these walls somewhere. It's a very standard fabricator, will work just like a base fabricator. So that's useful to have, because one thing we can do is we can take fish, to my understanding this still works, you can take live fish, put them in a storage chest so they don't rot, and then you can cook them on demand as you need with the fabricator. Other such useful things to us would be this battery charger, which I didn't make the things for, but I can make them now. Some copper wire, wiring kit, battery charger. That does not stick straight to the wall, I forgot, because that wall's curved, so let's put that... I'll stick it right here. I need to recharge this device. And that way, we can... I mean, you can use this as a mostly mobile base. There's very few things this thing can't do. The biggest thing is really powering itself well. That thermal charger sounds nice, but until we get that, we are kind of limited to our range and our batteries, although we can stick some additional power cells in a storage chest somewhere and swap them out as we need. And we're going to put a few useful items in here. Yeah, that'll be good. I think the plants used to spouse out the submarine too, but they're okay now. I don't think they do that anymore. Alright, I think we're ready for our primary maiden voyage. That does make a good bit of noise, doesn't it? If I start seeing any dangerous predators, we'll probably shift to slow. That is that's the noise it makes in slow. Now let's go to silent.
Rig for silent running.
If I see any dangerous creatures, we can go to silent running.
Ahead standard.
In fact, I think what we're going to do is I'd hate to get stuck somewhere really dangerous. That's not what I meant to do. I hate to get stuck somewhere really dangerous, so we're going to... Oh, did I never finish making this? I must have accidentally undid it a little bit. We're going to take one power cell out. That's going to be our emergency backup power. So I don't accidentally get myself into a situation where I burn up too much power. You see, they only take up one spot, so it's easy to leave another 4 cells, or even 6 or more in there. Our power's going to drop faster because we have less cells, I think. Yeah, if we see any dangerous predators, we'll drop to low speed and silent running. And that should make us rather quiet. You do feel a bit safer inside the submarine, but you also lack a lot of dexterity for moving this thing around. The extra cameras help for sure, but... I mean, you're driving a bus. But, like a 40-meter bus or something like that, right? I think it said it was 40 meters. I mean, this thing is massive. Really way too big for a single person. But, then again, all that extra space is pretty useful for storage. I mean, you can stick... That's the nice thing, is you can stick storage boxes or storage closets, I guess. The big ones that I have in the base. You can stick them all over this thing. So storage is a non-issue with this thing. It makes it quite good for taking supplies you might need with you. And taking supplies back with you. Transferring stuff between bases is super easy with this. I do have to admit, though, I am a little nervous. Especially since I don't have that sonar anymore, so I am limited to my own sight. And my own hearing. Let's drop a bit. Alright, so we're back at the mushroom area again. If I remember right, the light in the submarine kind of shines down more than forward. But it does shine enough. It's actually pretty bright. Oh, that's just the surface. It looked like something scary. Alright, so we should be hitting a large mountain area soon. Now, if I recall, these are called the dunes. Okay, yeah, that's it right in front of us. This is called the dunes. And if it is, then there are some rather large predators here. And I am just a tad nervous. Oh no, what is this? Oh, this is the deep part of the ocean. There still might be dangerous predators. Oh, that's marking a predator, who I presume can hear me?
It's low.
What is that? Oh. Oh, that is a dangerous predator right there, though. Yeah. Oh, it marks it on my thing there. Okay, I gotcha. I'm sorry, I'm getting kind of nervous here. So that area was, I forget what they call it exactly. That area that way that we saw the big tall things. That was an area we're going to be visiting at some point soon. Probably when I get a depth module upgrade for this. Oh. Okay, I guess we're visiting it now. Sorry, I'm getting a little nervous again. Whew. Okay. Alright. We're gonna get out.
Engine powering down.
No, don't power the horn! We're gonna collect a few things while we're here. Sorry, I get a little nervous in this area. So, deep shroom, this is what I need to make some of those upgrades I wanted. We're gonna collect a few of these.
New blueprint acquired.
It's starting to brighten up a bit. Bloodvine. Blood oil.
New blueprint acquired.
I'm gonna need the blood oil for a few upgrades, so I'm gonna pick up a few of these. think we're kind of okay at the depth we're at right now, but when we start to get deeper, I'm worried about running into some spooky fish.
Systems online.
Yeah, you can process that into benzene. Highly acidic flesh. Let's take a look. So you need gold and hydrochloric acid to make that. And hydrochloric acid is salt and deep shroom. We got plenty of salt at home. Benzene can be made with 3 blood oils. We can save a bunch of space by melting those down. This is why having the fabricator is good, because we can save a whole ton of space by just going ahead and crafting this now. I think I might grab a few more then. It's a little bit less scary now that it's now that I can see a bit more. It's just that, you know, that inky black void is kind of terrifying. I mean, it really is. You can't see anything. So you have no idea what's near you, the kind of dangers that you're near, you know, what... anything. Okay, we need that for aerogel, I think. Yeah, we're near the exit to the floating islands, by the way, if you didn't catch that. But I don't really see anything too dangerous around here right now. This fish is weird, though.
New creature discovered.
Look at that guy. He's weird, isn't he? Let's look at the spine fish. What was that? Exploitable? Bloodvine. The species of kelp grows in sparse copses deep on the ocean floor and provides shelter for an array of distinct fauna and megafauna. Survival at these depths is challenging, and the life forms which make their homes have developed unusual coping mechanisms, including bleaching of skin pigment, dependency on naturally occurring metals and oils to adjust to temperature and pressure, and that was probably not a problem. I bet it was just a tiny fish running into us. Yeah, no damage. Okay. Sorry. Some cases even electrical defense mechanisms. The vibrant red oils which seep from the blood vine coagulate into semi-hard pustules, which frequently fall loose and form a vital foodstuff for the local ecosystem, or they're otherwise reabsorbed into the ground over time. Deep shroom, discolored relative of the acid mushroom, considerably more acidic than its shallow-dwelling cousin, may have application in advanced fabrication. You can make hydrochloric acid. Alright. Never eat the antenna. Let's eat a spinefish. Delicious. It's a good chunk of food, too. I'm guessing it's a pretty low concentration if you need 3 of those large ones just to make a tiny little bottle. It's still growing. I think that's enough of that for now. We're going to keep exploring in a second. I do appreciate you guys' patience with me and my fear of the deep ocean. Maybe you too share this fear. It's a gel sack. We need that for aerogel, so we're going to hold on to that for a bit. Not that they're hard to get, but, you know, just happen to see it. And this thing actually can't, because that's at 500 meters down, we can't actually take this submarine all the way down.
Engine powering up.
So,
Ahead standard.
we'll have to stop a bit before we get all the way down, but we've got a depth meter, so we'll be okay. You can see our power's dropping from all that crafting and stuff I've been doing. What was that? think that's some new fauna I haven't run into yet. Let's check that out real quick. For flora? I don't know what he's... I can't ever remember the difference between flora and fauna. Let's take a look. Fauna... So fauna are like living things, I think, right? And flora is like plants. Yeah, okay, I gotcha. Although then again, if everything's aliens, does it really make a difference? Rogue Cradle. Ghostweed. Take a look at those. I'm sure they serve no exploitable purposes, but I'm sure it's also quite interesting. Let's see. Both going to be down here. Ghostweed. Not too much. Yeah. Not too much from that. Just some random plants. Pretty cool, though. So I think this radar right here, by the way, is only for telling me about dangerous creatures. I don't think it tells me about anything I might run into or anything like that. Now, one thing that I don't... Oh, God, that...
Ahead slow.
Okay, what is that? I didn't think there was going to be any rather large creatures in here. But it appears I was incorrect. What is that? I think that might be the thing that I got scared of in the really deep part of the ocean. Over near where my base is at. Maybe we'll run on slow power for the time being. Where am I heading? Below me, okay. Yeah, I think it'll tell me about threats that are nearby. So it should tell me if I'm getting a little bit too close to something and I don't notice it. Like a dangerous fish.
Rig for silent running.
That guy's terrifying. He's kind of jerky, though, isn't he? Look at him. Like I said before, we do have to be a little bit worried about, Oh, yeah, there's an electric fish right there. Do have to be a little bit worried about heading too deep. If our smaller submarine has a different depth limit than our larger submarine, but because it's larger, it should be okay right now. Okay, that's it right there. I'm going to turn off the engine to kill our sound.
Engine powering down.
Yeah, it's pointing out. I can see it's pointing out that predator right there. Alright. I think that's... Wow, I just like clipped through a rock. I think that's the only dangerous thing. I do like this radar. It does give me a good idea of dangerous predators nearby. Do I want to take the small submarine? I suppose so.
Welcome aboard, Captain. All systems online.
Alright. I think other than that one zapfish, it's relatively safe here. There's also a warper over there, but I think they're okay. Cyclops depth module, that's what we need.
New blueprint acquired.
Some PDA action.
Integrating new PDA data.
Captain, all systems online.
Lantern fruit's starting to grow. Excellent. So that'll give us, you know, more or less unlimited food and water. The water's a little bit tedious, but it's unlimited, so it's cool. Let's take a look at that.
Flotation devices failed.
We're flooding. Evacuate.
Wait. I can reconfigure the O2 system to act as a bilge pump.
It's working.
Okay, good news. We're alive and we've stopped sinking.
Bad?
The oxygen's going to run out in 30 minutes and we're 500 meters down.
What do we do?
We'll have to use the remaining juice to send a distress call and build whatever gear we can. Then we find a way to the surface.
And either they died or they found a way to the surface. Does look like they had a rather large hull breach, though, so I'm going to go with dead. Alright, and of course, more importantly, we got a Cyclops depth module upgrade. Very important. Plasteel ingot and 3 ruby. That's pretty easy to make. I mean, I don't have the resources right now, but ruby's pretty easy to find near where my base is at, and plasteel ingots are pretty easy. Alright, so we're going to get out of here, head back to base.
Engine powering up.
I do appreciate that the silent running and the slow speed is still in effect. Oh god. That was a fish. It's okay. It's okay, it was just a fish. Man, this place is spooky. I think we're okay now.
Ahead flagged. Emergency speed. Warning. Vessel calculating. Excessive noise.
Let's get out of here. Full speed ahead. Well.
Warning. Engine overheat.
Oh, okay, you can only do that for so long. Gotcha. So that is emergency speed.
Sick fluid intake.
That's not like...
Warning. Fire detected.
Oh, crap.
Ahead slow.
That's what happens when you overheat the engine, apparently. Stop overheating! Do I have to turn off the engine?
Fire detected. Engine powering down.
It was on this side, that was the problem.
Fire extinguished. Air scrubbers initiated.
Whew! That was a little stressful. Oh, that was fun, though. I just screwed up everything for myself. That was great. What do we need to make another fire extinguisher? I've never actually looked into it, because except for that very beginning part of the game, the fire extinguisher was mostly a cosmetic-y thing. Just 3 titanium. I have no idea how titanium puts out fire, but presumably you're making a tank of, like, pressurized CO2 or something, right? like that. That's pretty cool. It's better than the submarine used to be, anyway.
Engine powering up.
And that's why the module for the automatic
It flagged. Immense mass speed. Warning. Vessel counterfeit. Excessive noise.
that's why the fire suppression system is kind of probably an important upgrade to get. That was a lot of fun. I mean, that would have been terrible if we lost right there, our submarine. But that's fine. And it comes with a couple fire extinguishers, so if you do make that mistake, which it seems like it's pretty easy to do if you don't know about it, you know, it's pretty easy to fix because you come with 2 fire suppressants, fire extinguishers. Pretty cool. But back to what I was saying before there was a fire on the ship. Oh yeah, I think when there's I wasn't paying attention to the oxygen, but I think if the fire gets too far along, you start using your suit's oxygen tank to breathe.
Seek fluid intake immediately.
I'm getting kind of low. Actually, have any more plants grown? Maybe they have. If they have, I can just juice the plants.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I hate when I accidentally click on something and it just replaces it. My perfect inventory spot, now it's ruined. There we go. But yeah, I hope you guys share the same fear of the deep ocean as I do.
Seek fluid intake.
I know. It's definitely a very interesting place for sure, but the fear of the unknown, the fear of the dark, the fear of facing a horrible, horrible end is definitely a bit terrifying. You hear that audio cue right there? That it almost sounds like gnashing teeth or like tearing or something like that. That one's weird, because I don't remember that. I think that's a new one, and it seems to happen everywhere, even in the safe shallows, so I'm not sure what makes it. I think it's just ambient background noise. Alright, so I'll probably have to think a little bit about exactly what I want to do next time. But currently, my ideas are... We're going to build that upgrade depth module. I think that'll get us to like 800 or 1,000 meters, something like that. And then we can start exploring some of the deep, deep ocean. We may, since I have some of the parts that I needed to make, like the Seamoth electronic defense system, I'll probably make that. We'll probably make some of the upgrades for the Cyclops as well. In fact, I may take a quick look at that, because I'm kind of curious now. I do like how you can, in most situations, just stop the ship and walk around on it. Engine efficiency. See, for Seamoth, I don't find that as useful, but I could see the engine efficiency being a useful spot, especially since we've got 6 on this one. Shield generator may be useful. I'm not entirely sure, though. Like, during a massive attack from some massive creature, I could see that. Sonar upgrade we definitely want to get. Fire suppression system sounds kind of useful, but I don't know. And the thermal reactor module. So what we'll end up probably wanting to get, we'll definitely want the depth module, that's 1. Probably want the thermal reaction module when we can, that's 2. Efficiency is 3. Sonar is 4. Probably shield and fire suppression. I'm probably going to stay away from the decoy tube. I might try it once, but I doubt I'll really, want to have it for too long. And we can store one as it is, so we can still use it.
Fluid intake immediately.
But we can start to explore some of the really deep underwater caves, which I think we may have been nearby just a bit ago. I'm not sure, but we may have been somewhat nearby. Another option. Now that I've got the larger submarine, I can get to the Aurora a bit safer. We might do the Aurora next, actually. You know what? Because I've been putting it off for so long, let's do the Aurora next. Alright? We'll do the Aurora next. We can get in there. I believe we can probably turn off the, or deal with the radiation problem. So we don't have to worry about radiation from the ocean as a by and large kind of thing. And infected fish. Yeah, I think that's a good idea, and that'll take up a good hour and a half to 2 hours to explore that, probably.
Welcome aboard, Captain.
So anyway, I think that'll be it for today. I might do a little bit more between the episodes of trying to grab stuff and materials to make new things.
Vital signs stabilizing.
I don't know. We'll see how that turns out. But I hope you guys enjoyed. I do appreciate you guys watching. I hope you had some fun. It's about 2.5 hours. I didn't mean to go quite that long, but once I made the Cyclops, I couldn't just leave it there. That's super lame. I wanted to at least take it on like a maiden voyage, go on one adventure, And it really is cool seeing how far they've taken the Cyclops. It used to kind of be basically a mobile storage base, and you could, you can move around some stuff, you can make stuff on the move. I'm full now. So it was kind of useful, but it wasn't super useful. But now that they've introduced these really deep sections of the ocean, I think it's quite useful. I feel like I've also blabbed on a bit here. Thanks for watching, guys. I'll try to get some stuff prepared for next time. These are our swim charge fins. Probably not as useful as the Ultra Glide, considering that we can charge batteries. Plasteel and nickel. I've not come across nickel, so we might be stuck on upgrading to 2. And kyanite, I believe, is very deep underwater, so we are probably also limited on that for a while as well. But if we're going to be investigating the Aurora, we can probably get started on making the prawn suit soon, I think. So thanks for watching, guys. I do hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you next time for some more Subnautica. Bye!